Seoul, June 12, 2025. Famous actor and idol Cha Eun-woo surprised fans with his open statement about his readiness to get married after completing his military service later. In an exclusive interview released today, the A-Staro star revealed the personal reasons that have been the grip of his life. Cha Eun-woo, who is scheduled to enlist in the army on July 28, 2025, reveals that he once made a special promise to his father when he was a teenager. "I once promised my father that I would not marry young until I had completed two important things, education and military service," Lee Dong-min said. He added, "I want to be someone who is really mentally prepared and responsible before starting a household. I am now a college graduate and will soon be completing my military service. After that, I felt ready to keep my other promise, that of building a family." This statement became a hot spot in the Korean and international media, given that Cha Eun-woo is known to be very secretive about his personal life. Although it has not been confirmed if he is currently in a relationship with someone, many have praised his mature attitude and consistency with family values. Fantasio's agency has not yet given an official response, but fans warmly welcome the idol's frankness. The hashtags #ChaEunwooSayapMenica and #JanjiPadaaya immediately became trending on various social media platforms. Cha Eun-woo himself confirmed that currently his main focus remains on preparing for the draft and completing a number of final projects before vacating from the entertainment world for a while. In the heated interview, Cha Eun-woo also recalled the moment when he first spoke seriously about the future with his father. "My father said, 'Don't rush into marriage just because of age or pressure. Marry someone when you have completed your responsibilities as a man and as a child.' Those words continue to make an impression until now," Eun-woo recalled, not only talking about the wedding. He also expressed his gratitude to the fans who have supported him since the beginning of his debut until now. "I know many of you who grew up with me. We go through a lot together, from adolescence to college to loss to maturity. After enlistment, I want to live a more honest and courageous life facing a new phase." While there's no word yet on his wedding plans, Eun-woo's statement marks an important turning point in his personal life. Many fans interpreted this moment as a sign that the idol has now entered a more mature phase of maturity, not only as a celebrity, but also as a person. Meanwhile, Eun-woo's last project before enlistment is the action romantic film Silent Trigger, which is scheduled to air in early July, as well as a special fan meeting titled A Promise to Remember, which is touted as a temporary farewell to fans. Cha Eun-woo's military service is expected to last until early 2027. After that, many were looking forward to the return of the star with a new version of himself, a man who has kept his word and is ready to build the future more calmly and openly. The story of Cha Eun-woo's promise to his father also inspires many people, especially the younger generation who are often caught up in social pressure to rush to make big decisions. Amidst the fame and media spotlight, Eun-woo instead chooses to hold back and focus on his responsibilities. Marriage is not about time or other people's expectations. It's about the readiness of the heart and mind. "I don't want to bring someone into my life if I'm not fully prepared," he said sincerely. This statement sparked a wave of support from fans around the world. Many praised his maturity and set Eun-woo as an example of how one can still maintain life values and principles despite being in a stressful entertainment world. A fan wrote on platform X, formerly Twitter, "Cha Eun-woo is not only visual, but also has a strong heart and principles. We will wait and support you, whatever your decision after enlistment." Hashtags such as #ChaEunwooLifePromise, #KejidaJanji, and #ChaEunwoo2027 were trending in various countries. With less than 2 months to go before enlisting in the military, Eun-woo said he will spend more time with family and close friends. "I want to say goodbye, not just to the fans, but to my old self. When I come back, I want to show you a more mature version of Lee Dong-min." Now, the public is looking forward to Cha Eun-woo's post-enlistment future, not only in his career, but also in his personal life, which he rarely opens up about. One thing is for sure, his life's journey will continue to inspire, not because of popularity alone, but because of the integrity he maintained from the beginning, with a calm but determined pace. Cha Eun-woo continues to prove that maturity is not just about age, but about the courage to take responsibility for life's choices. In the fast-paced and expected world of entertainment, his decision to postpone the wedding in favor of keeping his promise to his father is a mirror of personal integrity that is rarely found. Now, ahead of his mandatory military service, Eun-woo is showing that he is not only ready to take a break from the stage and cameras, but also ready to step into a deeper and meaningful phase of life. The public and fans may not yet know who will become his life companion, but one thing is certain: he will. Be with a man who has proven that true love begins with respect for promises and readiness. Cha Eun-woo closes his interview with a simple but meaningful sentence. After all this, I want to live an honest life, as a child who already keeps his promises, and as a man who is ready to love with full responsibility. With that, the world is now not only looking forward to the return of the idol, but also welcomes the birth of a new version of Lee Dong-min, not just as a star, but as a whole person who has fulfilled his promise and is ready to build his new life. Behind Cha Eun-woo, who is known for his good looks and brilliant career, there is a boy who grew up with the values instilled by the family. The promise he made to his father as a young man may sound simple, not to marry before college and enlist, but beneath it lies a strong determination to prove that he can be a responsible man. Now, with time leading him to the gate of conscription, he has fulfilled that promise one by one. He has completed college, built a stable career, faced a great loss in his life, and still stands with a strong heart. And after the task of defending the country is completed, he promises to turn a new page, not to please the public, but to himself and the future that he sincerely builds. For many people, Cha Eun-woo might just be a top artist. But for those who follow his story from the beginning, he is a picture of how one can mature in a calm, slow, and principled way. This story is not just about wedding plans. This is a story about commitment, about promises that are not forgotten, and about a person who knows when it's time to say, "Now I'm ready." As the stage lights slowly dimmed ahead of his departure for the army, Cha Eun-woo didn't leave as a mere idol. He left as a child who had kept his old promise, a man who had gone through a long process to become the best version of himself. Not many know the burden of the word promise that he held since adolescence. In the midst of an entertainment world that often forces him to grow up too fast, Eun-woo instead chooses a slow but meaningful path, studying, shaping his career, taking care of his family, dealing with the loss of his best friend, and now, fulfilling his state duty. When he returned from the army, the world had changed. But he will return as someone who has gone through the most important phase of his life, not just as an artist, but as a man who is ready to live a new life, with someone he will later choose to build a household with, and perhaps when that day comes, he will look at his father and himself in the mirror calmly and say, "I kept that promise, Dad. Now, let me make a new promise." Cha Eun-woo is scheduled to serve his military service starting July 28, 2025. He will enter the active army after completing all his promotional activities, including the release of the film and the last fan meeting before his service. The Fantajo agency has not yet given any additional statements regarding the wedding plans. However, they expressed their full support for Eun-woo's personal decision and asked the public to continue to provide space and support during his enlistment. With this statement, many fans wish the artist a healthy military service and a return with renewed vigor, both in personal life and a career in the entertainment industry. Cha Eun-woo is expected to complete his military service in early 2027. Until then, all his personal and professional activities will be temporarily suspended. Although he did not specify when he plans to get married, Cha Eun-woo's statement came to public attention as it was the first time he had discussed the topic publicly.